Weather Watch Forecasting, powered by Crown Rust Control. Crown. Protect, maintain, save.
The story of flooding continues here on the Weather Network, and we want to take a special focus on the Ottawa River. We look back to 2017, where the river reached levels of about 60.44 meters. Right now at about 60.28, expected to get close to 61 meters. I want to bring Mark Robinson on the scene right now. He is joining us live from Gatineau. And Mark, just describe what it's like to be in this area right now with this flooding.
You know what? It is an eerie situation. You see these roads. These are roads. They now look like rivers. I've seen loons coming up here. I've seen ducks going here, and people have been being pulled out of this area on boats. And keep in mind, as you were saying, this river is going to continue to rise. It could rise up above almost to my waist. That's how much water we're expecting as this river comes up.
Now, Mark, we look at the weather forecast today. Ottawa, Gatineau area not expected to see any more new rainfall. So a lot of people have been asking, why is the state of emergency still in place? How are the water levels still rising? What sort of goes into that explanation?
Well, keep in mind that the rain also is hitting a vast watershed north of the city. So all of that water has to come down through the river system. And keep in mind, at the same time, because we're getting these warmer temperatures, all that snow melt is happening. So all that big pulse of water is delayed. So it takes a little while to come down here. And what we're going to see is those river levels rise on Saturday and Sunday, and potentially in crest on Monday. And that's well after the rain has stopped.
All right, Mark, thank you so much for joining us. We're also watching the story of the dam in Bells Falls, hoping that that holds strong. Officials are confident that it will, but look at the rain that is in the forecast here for the Rouge River. We continue to see heavy rainfall today through Quebec City, up towards Rimouski, and in through the Atlantic provinces as well. It's time now to talk about Alberta, and that's where our Storm Watch coverage begins.
They can maybe just do up here.
We go from springtime problems to now a snowstorm. This is an incredible one for Alberta, a late season snowstorm, but it's not out of the question. It is common to see this type of snow in April. It happens. We do have snowfall warnings in place, the special weather statements, winter storm warnings as well. In Alberta, Calgary specifically, that snow is going to be coming down strong and steady as we go throughout the afternoon. Edmonton, you slowly will be removed from the snow throughout the afternoon and evening hours. We are looking at this stretch here, the QE2 in between Calgary and Red Deer, not a very good commute. And then up towards the foothills through Hinton, down towards Jasper, this is where we could be seeing upwards of about 30 centimeters of snow. This trough is holding the cooler air in place. Rain today in Regina, snow tomorrow for you. Our Storm Watch coverage continues.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by the 2019 Ford Edge ST, the first SUV from the Ford Performance Team.
Water levels are still rising. The story of spring flooding continues across Canada. I want to talk about the Bells Falls Dam. It is still stable. However, 250 people have been forced to evacuate this area of the Rouge River just out of precaution. Rain continues throughout the day today. Water levels are still expected to rise. Next up, let's talk about snow. The community of Birchie Bay, Newfoundland was inundated with snow on Friday as part of the province was hit with another winter storm. Good news is high pressure comes back for Saturday, but still cold conditions remain. And lastly, water levels throughout Bracebridge and Cottage Country are rising. The mayor of Bracebridge said water levels are reaching heights that have never been seen before. States of emergency are still in place.
It's allergy season again. Find out the 3-day pollen forecast for your location. Go to theweathernetwork.com.
Lots of active weather in the forecast today. Look at this big chunk of snow over top of Ontario and Quebec. Snow moving through BC's interior and across Alberta today as well. One of our biggest stories is the snow throughout Cottage Country. Also, the rain that's wrapping up for Ottawa. Great news for the region. Rain still continuing for Montreal, slowly easing. But Quebec City and East, it is going to be a wet day today. I know we don't need any more rain throughout this region, but unfortunately that will be the story today. We've even been seeing some thunderstorms off in Nova Scotia throughout the morning. Now, across the prairies, this is an interesting one, a late season snowstorm. This is bringing some heavy snow along the QE2. Travel is going to be dangerous today. Calgary up towards Red Deer and through Edmonton. And then tomorrow, that snow moves across Regina. Eventually, it'll meet you in Winnipeg.